Hey everyone, today we're taking a look at the Sony WF-1000 XM4. Let's go! Before we dive into the headphones too much, I wanted to call out the box because it's made out of this kind of recycled paper kind of material or recycled cardboard. So once you take off the label, the box is basically just free to open. It kind of just falls apart a little bit. And the material feels kind of rugged and rough. It's not as polished as your other consumer electronic devices, but it's good. I like how it's recycled materials. The headphones actually go in here, and I like how there's no other excess space. So the headphones kind of fit in the box, and there's not much space for anything else, which is great. And then you have your instructions down here, and also some extra ear tips, a small one and a large one, and also a USB A to C cable. So if we take a look at the ear tips themselves, they're kind of like this foam material. So if you squeeze it, it kind of takes its shape. It takes a few seconds before it expands again. So you can think of them almost like earplugs. So they fit into your ear quite snug, and they do very well in noise isolation. So if you just wear this without the noise cancelling on, it will still block out a lot of the noise. So box aside, let's take a look at the earphones themselves. So this is the case. This is the WX-1000 XM4 case. This is a lot smaller than the previous generation, which I will show you now. So this is the old case. As you can see, the new one is almost half the size of the previous one. The earbuds themselves have also shrunken a little bit, not as much as the photos make it seem. So this is the new one on the left here. And then the old ones look kind of like this, kind of like the old school, Bluetooth headset with like a kind of a stem or a mic sticking out. So if you look at them on the side, you'll see that the side profile is a bit smaller on the new one. They're still kind of bulbous and still kind of large, but they won't have a stem sticking out this way anymore. On the side profile here, they do stick out a little bit less from your ear than the previous one. But the earphones themselves, the size-wise, isn't that much smaller than the previous one. The shape is different, but overall size, I would say that they're pretty comparable. So while I have both devices here, the cases still have LEDs on it. So as you see, there's a little LED strip at the front here. This changes to green if it's charging. It changes different colors depending on the state of the case. On the old one, there's also a charging indicator on the case, but the headphones themselves, the older generation XM3s, also have LEDs on the device itself, so on the earbud itself. So it can flash blue and it can also flash red. So red means it is charging, blue means it's looking for a connection. On the new generation, the earbuds don't have any flashing LEDs at all. So if you do drop this, it'll be a bit harder to find because there's no light on it. But they do have the same touchpad, so there is a circular kind of matte area here that you can tap. There's no swiping gestures, but you can tap it once to play, pause music, double tap to go back a previous track, and so on. Similar functionality on the previous ones, but the touch area on the old ones is kind of a glossy circle, whereas the new one is kind of this matte circle. Another difference I noticed between the two generations is on the older one, there is a NFC touch target here. So if you want to quickly switch devices, switch between phones, for example, you could hold the phone up against here, this NFC spot, and it would start the pairing process on the old headphones. Now, this doesn't exist on the new one. There's no NFC pairing anymore on the new device. What you have to do is, if you want to switch devices, you have to hold down the two touch areas on the headphones until you hear the pairing noise, and then you can look for these earbuds on your new device to pair them with. So while we lose NFC on the case on the new one, what we do get is we get wireless charging instead. So what we can do is basically place the case on a wireless charger, and then you'll be able to charge the headphones. So I have my Pixel 5 here, I have the battery share turned on, and if you put it on the phone, you'll see that it starts charging wirelessly. if you don't have a wireless charger, that's fine. It takes USB-C, which is great. Same as the old one, that's also USB-C. So great to see that, USB-C is here to stay. So let's quickly address audio quality here. Now, I'm not an audiophile by any means, so this is kind of my unprofessional opinion on what I think sounds good. Now, I also have the WH-1000XM4, so that's the headphones here. The headphones sound the best. Of the three here, the headphones kind of have a fuller sound. I think the sound stage is wider and better. So what that means is, to me, it sounds more immersive. So if you listen to any kind of music, the headphones make it sound like the music is all around you. Whereas the earbuds, they're not bad, but it's just kind of a narrower sound stage, if I'm using the right terminology. It just doesn't feel as immersive with the earbuds than it does with the headphones. Now, if we compare audio quality between the two earbuds, between the XM3s and the XM4s, it's hard for me to actually determine which one is better. Now, I've listened to these back to back, one after another, and in my mind, the XM4s sound a little bit better, but I don't know if that's just me being biased because it's the newer thing. The difference is so small that it could just be that, I'm biased towards a new toy. Overall, I would say it's very hard to distinguish between audio quality between the XM3s and the XM4s. Now, just to throw in a curveball here, I also have a Pixel Buds A. This is not a fair comparison because these earbuds are super cheap compared to these two down here. The audio quality on this is obviously the worst when you compare to, these high-end earphones, but that's not to say that they're bad. They're actually not too bad, and for their price, they're actually really, really damn good. But, just throwing in the curveball, this is not the headphones you're comparing with when you're talking about high-end earbuds like these. Now, back to comparing the XM3s and 4s, both of these have noise cancellation. So that's the one area that I can definitively say that the XM4s are quite a lot better than the XM3s, noticeably better than the older generation. So let's talk about that a bit more. So talking about noise cancellation, both the XM3s and the XM4s have noise cancellation, so active noise cancellation. Now the XM4s, what I noticed immediately was that it was able to cancel out voices a lot better than the XM3s. Kind of the higher pitch noises, this does a lot better than the XM3s. In terms of ambient traffic noise or fan noise, kind of this low hum stuff, they both do a pretty good job. It's the high pitched kind of sounds that the XM4s really stand out over the XM3s. Now, I also compared the noise cancelling from the WH-1000 XM4, so the headphones here. What I found was that the noise cancelling from the headphones was actually quite comparable to the noise cancelling of the XM4 earbuds, to the point where I actually preferred the XM4 or noise cancellation a little bit more. So for those who have used noise cancelling headphones before, you might notice that there is a slight hiss even when you're in like a completely silent kind of area or a very quiet area. Now that hiss on the headphones is slightly higher pitched than what I heard from the XM4 earbuds. So the hiss is still there, but a slightly lower tone. And I guess to me, that makes it seem more tolerable. I guess to my unprofessional ears, the earbuds kind of sound a little bit better in terms of active noise cancellation when like no music is playing compared to the headphones. So in the age of global pandemics and working from home, the microphones on these headphones is also quite important. What I've done is I have paired all four of these headphones, including the Pixel A Buds here, to my Pixel 5, and then basically I used the voice recorder and then I recorded what these mics would sound like. I recorded it once inside my living room where it's relatively quiet, and then I also recorded once on the balcony where you can hear like the traffic noise and some wind noise outside. So let's roll the clips. This is the WF-1000XM4. This is what it sounds like when you use the mics on the WF-1000XM4s. This is the WF-1000XM3s. This is what it sounds like when you use the mics on the WF-1000XM3s. This is the WH-1000XM4. This is what it sounds like if you use the mics on the WH-1000XM4s. This is the Google Pixel Buds A. This is what it sounds like if you use the mics on the Google Pixel Buds A. This is the WF-1000XM4. This is what it sounds like outdoors on the WF-1000XM4. This is the WF-1000XM3s. This is what it sounds like outdoors on the WF-1000XM3s. This is the WH-1000XM4. This is what it sounds like outdoors with the WH-1000XM4. This is the Google Pixel Buds A. This is what it sounds like outdoors on the Google Pixel Buds A. So after listening to those clips, I hope you can make up your mind on what you think sounds better. In my opinion, after listening to them over several times, I think the headphones sounded the best, so the WH over here. The Pixel A's weren't actually too bad. It seems to pick up the voice a little bit more, whereas the Sony earbuds here tend to pick up the environmental noise initially and then try to cancel it out later. So what I noticed was with the XM4s here, when you first start talking, you can hear more of the wind noise, and then as you talk, it picks up your voice and then it kind of reduces the wind noise as you continue talking. So overall, I still think the headphones sound the best. So let's talk comfort between these two earbuds. So on the left is the XM4s and on the right is the older XM3s. Now I've obviously worn the XM3s for a lot longer than I have the XM4s. Now on the 3s, if you wear them for a long flight, for example, you do feel them digging into your ear a little bit. I haven't worn the XM4s on a flight, but what I did notice was that it does feel like there's more pressure coming from these earbuds compared to the older XM3s. I think that might be down to the ear tip that is provided. The tips themselves feel a little bit stiffer than the older ones on the XM3. So what that means is after you've put these XM4s on, it feels like there's pressure kind of inside your ear. So I don't know how well that will go on like a long flight, but overall, I think they're kind of comparable. So if you're okay with the kind of comfort of the XM3s, I think you'll be fine with the XM4s. Now the curveball is the Google Pixel Bud A is actually the most comfortable earbud that I've worn. You can basically wear this all day and you'll be completely happy with it. But the downside is, I guess, the noise isolation is not there because they have these kind of plastic or silicone tips. So that means you can hear a lot of the environmental sounds. A lot better than like AirPods, for example, but still nowhere near, the noise isolation from these kind of foam tips here. So what's my verdict on the WF-1000 XM4s from Sony? Now, if you compare them with the XM3s, you get quite a bit better active noise cancellation. You get a bit better battery life. It's about an hour longer on battery life than the previous generation. You have LDAC support now. So in theory, if your device has LDAC capabilities, basically you have a higher bitrate connection between your earphones and your device. So that should, in theory, give you better audio quality. Now, to my ear, I couldn't really tell. Maybe a more professional listener will be able to tell the difference between the 3s and the 4s. And you get wireless charging on the case. Now, you do lose the NFC support, so you can't tap your phone on the NFC area and then connect devices. So switching devices is a little bit slower. But in terms of pure audio quality and pure active noise cancellation, you can't really beat the XM4s right now. But if you don't care about that, then a no-frills option like the Pixel A's might be what you're after. So this one has no active noise cancellation, nothing fancy, but they get the job done. So I think that's about it. I hope this was useful, and thanks for watching.